it's very hard nowadays, and it's interesting that.
It's hard to be yourself nowadays.
Yeah,
It definitely is. I'm not gonna lie to you.
and it's even crazier because our older generations talk about how easy it is and how y'all
Yeah.
don't go through much. Y'all don't
Nah,
have
but they
enough.
don't understand how things change from being a adult like yourself. Like I'm glad you see that it's different. Like like a lot of people like my uncles and stuff will be like, "Yo, you're bugging." Like I can't like I wouldn't let nobody get to me like that. That's because y'all ain't have nobody on the internet getting on you like that.
Yeah.
Where it becomes like not one person in school, it becomes a group effort.
Yeah,
Like
It's not like you can meet people. You feel me? You don't know who's behind that screen.
Yeah.
You mean like
Exactly.
Facebook pages and all this.
yeah, pages with like 2 followers telling you look terrible doing that dance, and you in school like, damn, I really look terrible doing this dance.
Welcome to Truth, Juice, and Company, a show where juicing ain't for veggies and fruits, but for jokey jokes and truths, where all minds and perspective can flourish. It's your soon-to-be host of the year, Mikael, aka Duke, aka the best, aka Big Body Baby, giving you another episode of Mixology. Today's episode touches on generational underestimation of what it takes to become a man. It is a lot more complex than one may think to become a man in today's society. Don't forget to grab a glass, sit back, relax, and every time you agree with one of us, take an extra sip. I hope you enjoy. Hey! Bring the microphone towards you. Who are you?
My name is Lazarus. I'm a student
Been
at
for like
Haven.
4 times though.
Yeah, I know, but they gotta hear me again. I'm fat. I like SpongeBob.
Yeah,
I like
I'm the
chicken.
one that likes SpongeBob. Okay, I'm wearing a SpongeBob sweater right
You
now.
are yelling.
SpongeBob socks. I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
I don't think I like SpongeBob as much as the next guy, but I do like
That's fair.
SpongeBob.
All right, sorry.
I like chicken and waffles. I like women. I like sports.
I like
and
titties. Anyway.
PS4 over Xbox any day.
You know what?
Who's
I'm
next
a
to you?
PC guy myself.
Who's that next to you?
Oh,
Who that?
my great black friend DeAndre.
Wow.
Here you go, DeAndre.
What was it?
Just talk to me. Who is you?
Talk.
Who we talking to? Because we don't got no visual.
My name DeAndre. You feel me?
Big 4K.
Big 4-time. And I guess we're here to do an interview. I guess.
Kind of.
Next team we got my man Orion.
I can use this mic, or am I have 2 mics?
You have a mic already.
All right, I have a mic already, so I don't need to have they're passing on the mic, and I'm not trying to take the mic. I'm Orion, your fellow SpongeBob enthusiast. I like to play games. I annoy my mother. I like headphones. They keep me sane. Anyway,
Oh, can I add something?
Sure.
yeah, go ahead, add
It's
up.
Lazarus again. I just wanted to let you guys know that I love Boondocks.
Yeah.
I think Riley is the greatest 12-year-old ever. And yeah, just enjoy the podcast.
Word.
All right, yeah.
So what's on your mind? What do y'all want to talk about first? I do have a couple of things that I want. I'm gonna probably transition to. What's been on your mind for this?
They already did, yeah. They fit.
Okay,
they
okay.
fit.
Can I start? But I'm homesick. I'm from New Jersey.
Where you at?
Newark, New Jersey, actually.
No, where are you now?
Where?
Haven, Connecticut.
Give us a location if you say.
Okay. Let me rephrase that. I am from Newark, New Jersey, and I'm currently in New Haven, Connecticut. This is all new to me. The people are very much different. I'm used to a very loud and uplifting setting, and the kids here seem to be a lot calmer than like back home.
Have you met
We're
me?
more so on the New York spectrum. So like we're uplifting and we're lit, and the energy's constantly there. And as you can tell, I am a very loud individual.
You
So-
seem very quiet right now, though.
I'm quiet right now because the mic is far, and I'm used to talking on a mic.
I'm trying not to be loud because if I was talking,
Do you want to switch? You can switch.
if I was talking at
Because
my,
he's super loud.
I am super loud. So we're gonna switch mics real quick. So if you're a little rustling, it's not me changing my pants. Yes, I have the good mic now.
You probably should hold it because he wants to talk.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
You don't have to whisper. It's really loud.
okay. But listen though. I'm from Newark, New Jersey, like I said several times. We have a very uplifting setting, so this is a little different to me. It took me a whole month and a half to adjust to the new Connecticut setting. I get along with my New Yorkers very well that are here, but something about Connecticut kids, y'all a little quieter. Like y'all can get rowdy, but it's something about y'all that's not like New York or New Jersey. But yeah,
What's so different?
I don't know. It's like we're very loud individuals, and we carry such. With us, it's like talking with aggression. It's a lot normal to us. But if I talk to you guys in that type of manner or tone, you guys think I'm angry, and the whole time I'm normal. It's just that's just really how we talk. We talk with a lot of passion, emotion, and a lot of curse words as well.
Oh, huge.
So that's something that I really
I'm starting
having
to question
to
if I'm a New Yorker.
Probably
My
by
mom-
heart, by blood, by heart.
My mom is actually she calls herself a New Yorican because she's Puerto Rican.
Oh, yeah.
From New York.
Yeah, that's how we are too. That's another thing. I'm Puerto Rican as well. Puerto Rican and African, so Puerto Rican and Liberian.
It's crazy.
So we are very loud people.
It's crazy because I'm very light skinned for my culture, and it sucks.
Yeah, he is a very light skinned African American.
I just wish I was darker, you know.
Like a tad bit, a little
a little
melanin.
bit of tan.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I don't want to walk outside and they can't tell the difference between the sun and me.
Right? Yeah, I definitely feel you. But honestly, the whole summary of this was I just miss being home, miss the energy of being in Newark. I miss like going outside and just smelling, no offense to my New Jerseyans, but the dirty air like that we have. I enjoy it oh so much. This is very different.
I don't miss Meriden. That's where I'm from. It's in Connecticut, but like Meriden in Connecticut, just don't go there ever. It's terrible. Too small of a town, so everybody knows each other, and there's drama with everybody, and it sucks. You go to the mall, there's gonna be somebody there you don't want to see, and then you might as well just keep to yourself, stay in your house in that town. It's just terrible. Hate it.
You pulling up? Where you from?
I'm from here. I'm from New Haven.
New Haven, born and raised?
Yeah, born and raised.
Are you
See
homesick?
how calm he is.
He calm down.
He being recorded.
Like if you're
That's
from
gonna be
New York,
recorded.
you
I
just
know.
like,
Yeah.
ask you where you from, and you just hype. Like,
Yeah.
yo.
They be like, yo, I'm from New York. Fuck you, like that. Yeah.
Bro.
I'm from here. I don't know.
So where you from?
So I was born and raised in New Haven as well. I was born and raised in New Haven. Fairhaven to be exact.
Oh no.
What's up? What's up? What's
What
the
are you
problem?
talking about?
Everybody's
Some
reaction.
people is
There's
weird.
something definitely wrong with that.
It's nothing wrong with Fairhaven, just the people that's in there.
I've
What's
never
up?
been to
I'm
Fairhaven.
from Fairhaven.
So?
What's something wrong with me?
My grandma out there. I got no
Something
problem
wrong
with
with
you.
your grandma? Something wrong with your grandma?
Yo.
It's mad farms and shit. Yeah, yeah.
What?
It's mad farm animals and stuff.
You call him
In
a hillbilly?
Fairhaven?
Yeah. Hell yeah. There's mad chickens and stuff like that.
Oh, God.
Chickens?
You remember it now?
Yeah.
That's because of the Hispanics that's over
That's
there.
what I'm
The
saying.
Hispanics.
what?
The Hispanics.
They don't matter.
Is there something wrong with
I like Fairhaven. I got nothing. I got nothing.
Wait,
Born and
I've
raised
never-
over there.
Born and
I've never been there,
raised.
though.
What do you expect?
Born and raised. I don't got no problem
gotta
with
like it over
Fairhaven.
Me neither. Like, I got nothing wrong with it.
Besides the fact that every single time I'm going to sleep, I'm hearing gunshots. You know, feel me? I'm hearing scream everywhere, and I'm hearing the wheel. I'm hearing everything. It's
I always hear
everything.
some type of animal scream at me when I'm walking past. Like, I don't
If
like
you're
that.
wondering
Animals
who's this small voice is coming from, it's coming from one of our another guy of ours.
We got our guest star, Jaleel.
It's Jalil. He want to intrude on everything because I was talking about myself. He wanted to continue to
Giving
keep
him
talking.
an
It's crazy.
ASMR.
He over there smacking, yo.
He just
Hi.
All right.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? You gotta ask me. You gotta ask some questions now.
No, I was continuing to talk.
Oh, it was about
me,
you?
But you wanted to come in and just
sure?
started chatting.
My bad. Nah, cause
I got mad at it.
all he said was, I'm from Fairhaven, and he's like,
Everybody was
Okay. Tell us a little bit more. About
So, like I said, I was born and raised in New Haven, Connecticut, and Fairhaven to be specific. I went to Cross, Wilbur Cross High School. I loved Cross. That was everything about Cross was great, other than the fact that we kept losing and not winning the championships or whatever. But I was nice. I'm in the books, so that matter.
Nice. I hear you.
I went to I went to college in Danbury, Connecticut, the most boring, driest place you could possibly be. Literally, the whole town closes at 4. Danbury and Bethel. I'm not lying. In order for you to go somewhere, you literally have to search, and it has to be like a bar. Like it has to be a bar. And I think that's the only thing that's open.
Not even bodegas?
I don't even think they probably got some, but like more of their bodegas.
What kind of
gas stations, smoke
It's a
shops.
town? Makes sense.
But it's honestly more Hispanic than which is kind of crazy. So it's probably some bodegas that I haven't probably even seen
They're in the
in
middle.
the cut. They're probably in the cut where only they and stuff like that. But it is literally nothing to do around 4, 5, 6 o'clock. You might as well go to like Reading or Newtown or something like that. Super
I
crazy.
don't know nothing about any of this.
Oh yeah, because this is Connecticut. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
You from Newark,
I
right?
barely know
I'm
Connecticut,
from New
man.
Jersey.
You know that? You know
New
New
Jersey.
Jersey.
Brooklyn, Connecticut. I never knew that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The girl used to be here. Yeah, girl used to be here from there.
Destiny.
It's not from Brooklyn, jacketed hard.
Yeah, she's
What's
been
up?
saying she was from Brooklyn. That's funny. Um,
I feel like the next topic should be like sports we played in high school.
I don't
like
play
clubs.
sports.
I know you were in clubs.
I wasn't in clubs.
I was in clubs.
I did absolutely
well, it's kind of
nothing.
crazy because I was about to say, like, would you rather be exceptional at exams or at sports?
Ooh, exams. I'd be so much smarter than I am now, and I'd be able to.
Sports.
Who's
Introduce yourself.
Okay, so we got our guest
a
star.
special guest
The
coming in
special
here
guest
talking about
star coming in
Sandor?
there. Give him a round of applause. Give a round of applause. All right, there you go. I knew the soundboard was gonna happen.
Did I introduce myself?
No, we don't like you.
Alright.
Definitely sports.
Definitely
Who's
sports.
talking?
His name is
Who's
definitely
that?
sports.
Hi,
What's up?
my name is Sandor.
Uh-huh.
Really, like I would say sports.
Why?
Definitely.
Why sports?
Well, because sports have more money. Like
Oh, wow.
in exams,
Yeah.
like you could be smart, but
And taking a
Like-
lot
You
of
talking about school?
Nah, but-
If you could do math.
exams or sports. Or what would you rather be exceptional
I'm about to
in?
say.
Would you rather be Albert Einstein or LeBron James?
Not even, because exams half the time not even like a
But-
IQ test, you know.
But listen,
So it's
Well,
listen,
it-
all
it-
it takes is, so if you think about it, Albert Einstein, we still know his name today. You know how old that man is?
Yeah.
All right. There's not many like other like old ass people. I mean, there is a lot of old ass people that. Oh wait, hold on. But like, that is a good question. Damn. Hold on.
Starting to hit him.
Damn.
So,
But if I'm excelling in exams and I'm
Exceptional,
exceptional, like
yeah.
perfect, flawless, I could probably come up with like some new scientific theory that'll blow the socks off of any NASA scientist.
Yeah, but like
No,
we're not.
exams,
because that's
you're just good at studying.
No,
Exactly.
yeah, but if you're that's the smartness though. That's in general being smart.
What if you take-
So, I'm-
What if you're good at learning crafts and with learning crafts you?
But
are
exams
good
isn't
at
just in
studying?
general. It's in general exams. So any type of exams, any type of exam. Wait. So any type of exam,
you're exceptional.
you're
Exceptional at
So that means-
exams.
So that means
If it's an exam,
physical
passing it.
exams, mental.
Okay, anybody can be good.
But like you, that could also mean you're good at sports though.
Nah.
Nah.
If you have-
It's one of the other.
It doesn't mean
mental.
it doesn't mean that you have to excel. It means you're like I guess like say if you had like a PE class, right? And your exam was like to like like how they make you like put your feet there and then you gotta do that for a grade, like a stretch.
Plank?
Not everybody could do that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Physical exam. think you're talking about like
Yeah, that's why I separated the
So
two.
so you
It's
separate.
either exceptional and exams.
So only written exams.
Yeah.
So brain exams.
brain exams.
I'd rather be exceptional at sports, just for the simple fact that
But
no
would you
matter
be
where
dumb,
you go, you're gonna be
You're adding stuff.
history. You're gonna be history no matter what sport it is. Like Floyd Mayweather was not the greatest reader, and we all know that. But he was like an outstanding boxer, and we know him for that.
Never
craft.
lost.
Nobody can
Yeah.
compare to
Never
him
lost.
at all.
He was just as good. Like if we're talking about
Well, there is
exams,
comparisons,
I don't know.
like
but no
he's
one can
just as
say I
good.
was.
But
He lost. That's his
Yeah,
title.
nah.
No one can say that he lost because he
Yeah,
hasn't.
he's never lost.
Like a whole bunch of people.
Jake
I don't remember who
Paul,
was it. Which one
man.
called it before? That was the big honcho in boxing. I don't remember his name.
Muhammad
But
Ali.
yeah, but he retired, right,
Mhm.
and came back and lost.
Yeah, badly.
What's his name? Mayweather retired, came
back,
back,
and
won
kept
like
winning.
5.
Yeah.
He tied with Logan Paul.
And he fought with
Yeah.
UFC.
No,
fighter.
that
was
does
for
not
money.
count.
That was for money. Yeah.
And
I don't.
He is a money man.
You know he didn't even pay that man.
No.
No.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
He took all the
I
money.
heard about
Took all
that.
the
Jake
bread.
Paul didn't.
Dude,
Jake Paul didn't.
what he gonna do?
J Paul gonna go see him? You gonna go see him in real life? No.
No.
I would go see him in real life.
Nah.
Like, yeah, I
Made a
gave him
bet
the
and it
money.
didn't work.
I gave him that.
Gave him that bread.
Yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
cool. He's still making money.
Yeah.
That's still messed up though.
Yeah.
That's not right.
I got an actual question.
You type of person to ask a question that's nothing that we're talking about. That's exactly what he's about to do. He's about
But
to
here's
do-
the thing.
I feel like he's
I
going with
just
the
thought about
LeBron,
something.
Michael
I
Jordan
just
thing.
thought about an argument. I just thought about that, right? So,
Now, after yesterday, it's slow. After yesterday, it's slow.
so what if you are exceptional at exams? I know we're like
We're
we're
still
like
there.
what?
We're still there.
Okay, yeah. So if we're doing that, right? And you get into like a good ass college, like a famous college, and you're even exceptional in that, you could be famous for just like
Being the best.
being the best in the world.
But that can only go so far.
But like, I feel like for one,
You know, there's no money.
Being
it's money. It's like way more money being like an athlete.
yes,
Yeah, because you're entertaining.
and successful.
They like you always know that you're an athlete. Except like exceptional. You know?
LeBron didn't even go to a college. He went straight from high school straight to the league because he was that great at sports. Where can you go with exams? You can only go so far.
That is true. Look, it wouldn't be a good podcast if I didn't have an argument. Okay?
That's great. But at some point, you got to stop with the exams. It's not going to be exams the rest of your life. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
because after college, what you going to do? Like,
Exactly, that's true.
like, I was the greatest exam taker 17 years ago. But where are you? What are you doing today?
Not exams no more. Now it's real life.
Yeah.
And there ain't no exams in life for real.
And LeBron's been playing for some years now. Over
I
20,
wish somebody
probably
would
30
give me
years.
an A+ for breathing.
LeBron
Right?
not even declining. I don't see LeBron declining.
No, he's the first player to have 10K rebounds, 10K assists, 10K points.
30K
He's not
points.
declining.
Yeah, he's on 30K points, and he doesn't look like he's gonna stop until his son gets to the league.
So speaking of that, my man didn't go to college. Neither did Kobe. Neither did. I know he did. Well, the two in our generation that's the greatest.
We put it in our top 5.
Yeah. So is college overrated?
No. Not at all.
I will tell you one thing. Even though Kobe didn't go to college, he still ended up going back to college. So he felt it was a necessity. But to get to the league, no. I mean, now,
Well, that's why I'm talking to y'all. In
now,
that leagues,
I feel like it is.
especially at this.
I-
I feel like.
Hold on. What do you want to say?
We're on the same page.
All right,
Can I see the sticks?
Wait, can I
I
say
see the
something?
sticks. You play too much Nintendo Switch.
I feel like college is like one of the biggest schemes like ever. Cause you
Yeah.
can know everything, but you always gonna need a degree. You feel me? That degree is a necessity. It's more or less than the knowledge, cause you can have the knowledge already. But without that degree, where you going? You're not going nowhere. You feel me?
That's a fact. I mean, there are people who have a certain skill and can go far without a degree,
Yeah, but that's
but a degree just stamps it. I
Yeah.
feel like.
It just,
feel
it
like
just ensures your spot. That
people that don't
you
go
did
to
that.
college and that's like big and famous now. That's like 1 in a million.
Yeah.
Like how people use like Bill Gates. Am I correct? He was rich before he did all that. I believe, I think so. He was rich before he did all that. So like people like Kobe and Jordan, that's like 1 in a million chance of that happening. It was people better than Jordan. I mean, better than LeBron. You feel me?
But just couldn't get there.
Exactly.
It happens all the time.
People better than LeBron. I bet you right now there's still people that's good that could be in like professional league. They didn't even step up to the plate. You know why? Because they didn't go to college. It's
Definitely.
different now.
Or sometimes they did go to college, but they entered the draft too early. That's a big.
There
big
could
thing.
be a lot of-
They did not finish getting their degree. Now they're in the semi-pros, just playing for pocket change. When they could have finished going to school and probably became a lawyer because basketball didn't work out.
Exactly.
There's mad things that I feel like a degree is well needed,
Degrees.
especially if you have the chance. Like,
Yeah.
most people don't have the chance, but if you do, I feel like you should finish.
You know what I'm saying? People
College.
in 8th grade getting high school, college offers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
8th grade.
It's
7th
different now.
grade.
It's different now.
Everything is different.
So much more talent here.
What's so different about this time?
So much more talent.
The internet, definitely.
Definitely.
I was gonna say that too. earlier.
Networking.
We were talking about-
Skill-wise, too.
Networking, because the internet is so much like it's
Like,
It's
you,
better.
easier
can't,
to
you don't
network.
gotta say
Yeah.
you're good anymore. You can
8th
literally upload a video of you being good.
You know what I'm saying?
Videos. You can post hour videos of you being good. And recruiters probably don't even come to as much games as you think anymore.
You got
Like, it's
all
not
your
like
phone.
back then.
But like,
Overtime.
I feel like it's like that's good and bad, because if you posting all these, everybody has the opportunity to post all these videos that how good I am, or this is what I be doing, this is my highlight, this is what I average.
There's editing.
There's also editing. So like, what makes you different from everybody else that's posting the same exact thing?
Yeah.
You got
But that's so many more scouting that other people got to do. So now, what's making you different? Because you feel like you're the greatest. Everybody feels like they're the greatest.
I
So,
feel
like-
like
It's the behind the scenes work. That's where I feel like scouting needs to still take place. Like, back in the day, I know there were scouts coming to your practices and coming to your personal trainings. Like scouts always came to personal trainings and came to talk to you one-on-one while you're working in the gym with your uncle or dad or your coach or whatever it may be. But now it's like they can just type your name on YouTube and see all these great things. And back to editing, like I was saying, you can edit all your turnovers. You can have 79 turnovers and not a person won't see any of them. They'll just see you scoring 37 buckets. But like, there's flaws to your game that scouts can't see if they don't come to your games. So the internet has changed the way we looked at basketball, football, baseball, all sports in general. It's like everything is just different. Like everybody sees what they see on the net. But I feel like scouts should still come to the game and see how you play and like your flaws, your pros and your cons. Like
Household too. I remember that
Yeah.
they used to go to your house to talk to your mom.
they talk to your mom because everything could be good on the court, but you're not the greatest person mentally or physically at home. At home, you could probably be disrespectful and the worst person that they've ever seen. But like, they not gonna know that just because they're looking at you on the net. Like things are very, very, very different now than they were a few years ago.
I feel like they're more like money hungry. If they see you
Who's
got
that?
like people that's recruiting and stuff, they want like tickets. You feel me? Like Mikey Williams. To be honest, he not that good. He not that good.
I don't think Bron.
I saw him play,
I'm sorry.
but they just getting
You think Bronny
tickets.
that good?
They getting tickets for the people. So, let's say if we got a basketball team now, right? Who you want? You gonna get Bronny James, right? Cause he getting tickets for us. He getting money in our pockets. You feel me? That's how I feel.
That's what the United States is all over the place. It's capitalism. You got to see who's providing the most
Income.
the most money, who's but based off of who needs it, like who's not doing well.
I would say like schools like Sierra Canyon and stuff like that, or Kanye's Donda School. Those schools get like great amount of funding, so of course their players are gonna be great because they got so much training and so much time and all that dedication. But schools like our local high school, they got great players too that are more natural, in my opinion. Like, yeah, they did not put the time in, but they came out the womb balling. And if they had that same money and same time and same trainers, everybody could be going to the league, or it'd be a greater chance that
Or be
our
a harder
brothers and
competition.
cousins, the competition will be a lot harder.
Better.
Like schools like Sierra Canyon, LeBron is a kid's father there. There's like 7 people with $1 million fathers and $1 million parents. Like, of course their school's gonna be great, and of course their kids gonna get looked at because they put in that time, they put in that money before the time, and that's a big thing about sports in general now.
I got a question. How y'all feel about kids? How y'all feel about like kids that's in poverty that can't afford AAU or can't afford like good equipment? That was me too. I understand that and I've been balling all my life since I was a junior in the hub. You feel me? And I never stopped balling. That's why I stay out all that gang stuff. Cause they treat me like, yeah, you gotta get away from this. You feel me? Cause you got talent or whatever.
Where we from?
Exactly.
Expect us to be in the streets and do this.
Exactly. Cause we actually have like real life talent. You feel me? So like, how do y'all feel about like, what is the best like? Do y'all think about any ideas that can make that better or
I
like?
personally think the government. I feel like the government should see like that these kids are staying out the streets, or like local rappers. Like, I'm gonna just throw any rapper out there, like NBA YoungBoy. Like, if you see that there's kids that are shying away from the streets, like he know what the streets bring, and if they shying away from the streets, I feel like he should put money toward the AAU team, or like G Herbo, he should make a AAU team. Like, he got the money, he got the funds. They buying these nice cars and things, and there's kids that's just like them. Like, I don't know if y'all know who Lil Bibby is, the rapper, but Lil Bibby was a nice basketball player. 2 Chainz was a nice basketball player, but
Snoop Dogg was
nice basketball player. Like,
He had a
Wow,
football team.
He had a
like
football team.
yeah, Snoop Dogg has a football team. He's providing for his youth. Like, and if you watch the Snoop Dogg, if you watch the Snoop Dogg thing, there's kids like that are big, and he's breaking them down. Not breaking them down in the wrong way, but breaking them down, making them sizes. One of Snoop Dogg's kids is now on a college team, being great, like a top Big Ten team. Like, these are the things that I'm talking about. Where like Snoop Dogg, he see that kids are like, they need this type of motivation and they need these type of teams. I feel like governments, or like I said, local rappers should start teams that get kids off the street. Like, that will really take mad kids off the street. Like, if y'all really think about it, like kids like us who stay away from that type of stuff, we wish we had like a recreation we could go to, or like somewhere we could go ball up at, or a team we could play for during the summer, during the winter, during the spring, at any times like that. I really wish someone would step up with a little bit of pocket change. It don't take that much.
Well, I guess for their type of like defense, for instance, Snoop Dogg himself, it took a while for him to understand, like to really find that in him and be like, this is what my sons are into. This is what they're trying to get into. So maybe I should be more into it. But in the beginning of his stardom, he wasn't worried about that. He was more worried about the peace that was going on, between the beef between Suge Knight and all the people that was around there having drugs and problems here and there. And there was beef because he was cool with a whole bunch of different people. He was worried about like his situation and his survival and his what he means to the outer public. That wasn't really the issue. He was focused on what he's focused on now. So maybe that's kind of the same sort of situation with these new rappers. They're just trying to get, at the end of the day, get paid. Mm-hmm. So whatever path that they take, they go, they might, people might think that's why they change, Well, a lot of people always rap about how people that they was around, they think that they changing because they got money, this, that, and the third, because they're his his focus is not them.
Trying to get out of that environment he used to be in.
He trying to get out of the environment. So it's like he try to shies away, but it's up to them to finally get that epiphany. Like, I need to get back to my community, and how can I do that? So it's like more of like they all wants to enjoy their fame, enjoy their money, and gloat a little bit because how they didn't have any of that before back in the day. So it's kind of hard to revert back to thinking about how I was back in the day. But I'm not saying that they shouldn't.
Yeah.
They shouldn't like
Sometimes
forget
it
about
be a
them.
little difficult.
It's difficult to like go back and forth because at the same time nobody was doing that for them, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to be like, you know what, let me get back to think like that as you're going through it in the moment and getting fame, finally getting out of the gutter and finally getting out of the streets, getting their mom together, getting
seeing
their
things
family
you've
together.
never seen before.
So it's kind of hard to like think like that when you get the money.
Off rip.
But you gotta eventually finally, you know, when you finally get that time and chance and epiphany to like do it, and you probably it's nothing wrong with you to give it back to the community that you came from.
Yeah, it's easy for me to say, but
Yeah.
like you said, if I was in that position, that probably wouldn't be the first thing that's coming to my mind at all.
It's about me spending my money on myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Or the
I ain't
things
never
that
had
you wanted
it.
that you didn't have that
Or
your
my little
parents didn't
siblings,
have.
or
Yeah.
I mean, one thing that I did notice is some rappers do look out. Like, there's a story where Lil Uzi, he seen a fan in the store, and the store was like, and then the fan said, like, can you pay my college tuition? Uzi stopped, he talked to him, and he was like, yeah, I'll pay your tuition. Like, all you gotta do is finish, and like, you gotta let me know for a fact that you finished. And he did finish. He just finished like a few months ago. And Uzi paid it. Like, he paid his whole tuition, everything he was in debt for, he paid all of that. And that just goes to show you that people actually will make you grind hard. Like Lil Uzi wanted to see him succeed before he just pays it and he does nothing with it. Like, I feel like in the long run, there's always gonna be great end results, especially when a celebrity's like, yo, you do this, this, and that, I'll do this. It's like the negotiation tactic, it works in so many different ways that we don't even see. Like, I don't think celebrities even know. Like,
You got mad power in here.
yeah, y'all got mad power. Like,
Because of the internet.
yeah,
Because of that internet. Like you were
Yeah.
saying earlier, that internet is
stupid. Like, that's just
Interesting.
crazy. Like,
we addicted.
I never really realized how much the internet will impact you. Like, from the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you look, the things you do, the way you maneuver. Like, look at Crocs. Nobody was wearing Crocs a few years ago. A couple people on TikTok start wearing Crocs. Now everybody's wearing
Everybody
Crocs.
got the Crocs on.
Everybody was like,
Young
ew,
changing
Crocs,
that
them
too.
nurse shoes. Now look at everybody. It's like, whatever sets trends is what people follow. And that's how society's been for
A long
probably
time.
more than a decade now. Like, it's been a while.
Young thing could put on a whole dress on and people be like, oh, that look cool.
Yeah. Over time, watch. That's going to become more normal.
I'm saying.
Look at it. It's becoming more normal every day.
People wearing purses and stuff.
Oh my God! Yes, the fanny packs. When the fanny packs came
Yeah,
back,
everybody was rocking the
everybody
fanny
was
pack.
rocking the fanny pack.
I feel like I was the only person not wearing a fanny
Yeah,
pack.
I wasn't buying a fanny pack.
You know why?
Like-
You know why the fanny pack came back?
This is Andrew, by the way.
Yeah. But Jobby Powers.
Only reason why fanny packs came back is because of the trap world. So everybody
Yeah.
kept hiding the guns in it and money.
That's a big thing though. He's not even lying. Like, excuse his like analyzation, but that's a big fact. Like I feel like that goes back to rappers. Rappers start wearing fanny packs because they got reasons to wear fanny packs, like actual reasons. Then everybody start wearing fanny packs. Like, girls putting their lip gloss and phone. Like, what happened to your pockets? Like, your
Pocketbooks.
purses.
We got fanny packs and pocketbooks now.
Yeah, like
Hip-hop
girls
culture
double
is a
strapped
huge
up.
influence on what people like to wear at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody wants to be a rapper. Everybody want to be a ball player. Like, I was told when I was younger, ball players want to be rappers. Rappers want to be ball players.
Literally.
Like, literally. Like, look at AI. Like, he didn't know what he wanted to be.
That's
A
what I
ball
was
player
He
or a
was
rapper.
nice. He was nice in all sports. He was nice in football. He was nice in
Exactly.
basketball.
I don't understand that.
He played baseball as well. He was really nice at these sports. Like,
Yeah. Me too. I was a real fiend for baseball.
Yeah, you Dominican.
What?
Yeah, because I have a heart condition now, and I can't play at all.
That's crazy. Stuff like that is really, really life. Like life is just different. Like it's very hard to be motivated. You know, it's very hard to be motivated in certain situations because certain limitations come at you, and
Word.
you just can't do the thing that you want to do because of whatever the limitation is. And just like, how do you stay motivated to do something like it, or do something that you feel just as motivated to do as the last thing that you was motivated to do? Because it just kills so much self-esteem, so much like determination, and so many different things that a person case to case is
That's
going through.
facts.
And it's hard, especially nowadays where cyberbullying is going up. More teenage kids is committing suicide.
People wilding in the comments.
People, it's very hard nowadays, and it's interesting that
It's hard to be yourself nowadays.
Yeah,
It definitely is. I'm not gonna lie to you.
and it's even crazier because our older generations talk about how easy it is and how
Yeah.
y'all don't go through much. Y'all don't
Nah,
have
but they
enough.
don't understand how things change. And like, from being a adult like yourself, like I'm glad you see that it's different. Like like a lot of people like
Yeah,
like my uncles and stuff will be like, yo, you're bugging. Like I can't like I wouldn't let nobody get to me like that. That's because y'all ain't have nobody on the internet getting on you like that.
Yeah.
Where it becomes like not one person in school, it becomes a group effort.
Yeah,
Like
It's not like you can meet people. You feel me? You don't know who's behind that screen.
Yeah.
You meet like
Exactly.
fake little pages and all this.
yeah, pages with like 2 followers telling you look terrible doing that dance, and you in school like, damn, I really look terrible doing this dance. And
it's hard to have fun. It's hard to be yourself.
It's hard. It's
to
hard.
step out of your comfort zone, because once you step out of your comfort zone, somebody's trying to push you back in there.
yeah, it
It's
could
like,
be the
why-
little slightest
Yeah,
thing.
why you trying to do that, man? You should stick to this. Stick to this.
Yeah.
That's real crazy.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
You sure about this one?
Yes. Talk regular.
Okay. So like one time I got slapped by a kid in school and somebody recorded it, right? That shit ended up in Missouri. My friend texted me like a week later and I didn't even tell him. He said, "Bro, I saw a video of you getting slapped." I was like, "Bro, how did you see that?"
Like videos travel, bro.
Like, that's
Especially
crazy.
things like that, like little small things, like all them little jokes. Not everybody can take all them little jokes.
No.
And that was super embarrassing because I had girls going up to me going like, "You got slapped? You got slapped?" I was like, and then my friend, he was like, "Bro, you can't even speak English correctly. Go out and get out of my face."
can I add on to that? The internet is crazy. Like, it's a video on Snapchat of like 2 kids on the top of a roof, and they was playing around, and one of them pushed them off, and they both went off.
Like he tried to like catch him, and it ended up both like falling off. Like
You probably had a whole bunch of different comments talking about,
Yeah.
where was the parents, or why he pushed him like that? He should go to jail.
That's fake or something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
fake.
that's fake.
That's the biggest one that I've seen around.
That's
Oh,
fake.
that's fake. Which a lot of stuff
people
is
hurting
staged.
themselves.
A lot of it is staged nowadays.
But there is a lot of people hurting themselves for this little image.
But if you ain't there, how you gonna say something fake?
Yeah.
You don't know what's
That's
going
true.
You
on.
don't know what's
It-
it.
it
Why can't you just
doesn't
enjoy
look
it?
fake.
Not this
Yeah,
situation.
not
Not that situation. Don't enjoy my man falling. But I'm saying, like, why can't you just enjoy what you're looking at? Like, why do you gotta be so negative about
Watch it like it, move
everything?
on.
Like, I don't like double tap or keep pushing, or like, that's crazy, or heart it. Like, you don't always have to be
So critical.
so critical or negative. You're not getting paid for this. Like,
Yeah.
people be on it like you getting paid.
Yeah,
For-
they don't
for
even
your
show you how many
comments.
likes you get on your comment anymore. Like,
Yeah.
You could post your girlfriend on the internet. They got something to say about it.
my life.
You could post your ceiling and they'll have something to say about it.
Like, why are you posting it?
Dude,
You
trust me.
dirty. Why
Trust
you
me.
showing us your ceiling?
Trust me, I've seen people post their ceiling and I'm like, or they send me snaps and it's just their ceiling and I'm like, bro, what do I have to do with this? It doesn't even say streaks or nothing. It just says
ceiling. And I'm like,
Swear to God.
I'm like,
Swear to God.
I'm like, do we even know you?
I say that has allowed me to be more expressive and be more open on how I am as a person from the inside. Because I grew up, I was bullied a lot, and high school was more of an up and down situation. So I tend to just stay to myself, and then I guess just being here and opening up to a few people was like that gate to like actually having a good time and just enjoying what the experience is on this campus.
Right, that's a fact.
That's what's up.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, not a lot of people can admit to that or even know that that's what's happening to them right now.
It's a fresh new start.
Even though it sucks to be here and stay here every day, but you
There is
learn
learning
stuff. Yeah,
points,
you
yeah.
learn stuff. You learn techniques that you can use outside of here. And I realized that. Honestly, I feel the same way about like how this place made me open up. Cause I used to be a quiet kid, and then but at home I was just like this wild child, and
You needed to release that energy
I
somewhere.
and now that I realize that some people don't like me the way I am normally, and some people do, so I was like, screw it. Why try to be somebody you're not?
Or trap that real
Or
you.
trap that real me, and
You're gonna lose yourself to try to appreciate, to try to apply the pressure that other people is trying to make you be.
yeah,
Because you're everywhere you go, minus here. Everywhere you go, you're gonna find somebody that, oh look, Orion is coming back. Oh, Lazarus is coming back.
trust me, I've gotten
Everybody's
that so many
Everybody's
times.
going to fall in somebody's category of you're annoying. Why do I have to see you every day? Or can you just tone it down? Or can you just whatever the case may be? And if it's personal, like not a job related or so people that you're around all the time and they just chatting with you and they just show you a certain type of like disrespect. If they don't want to be around you, they can leave. You don't have to change yourself unless you're actually over the top being annoying and everybody's saying the same situation, and then it's you. But if it's one person talking about the same thing over and over again about how you're this, how you're that, and nobody else is feeling that type of way, then that person needs to change. Normally when it's the same person talking about it and you don't deal with that person all the time, it's them reflecting how they feel about themselves on you. Like why is it that it's the same person and it's always a group, but it's always that one or two people that's saying like, he's annoying, he's too loud, he's too energetic, he's this, that, and the third. Are you upset? Like, are you miserable inside? Like that you can't reach the amount of enthusiasm that I'm getting, that I'm feeling, that I'm showing everybody? Like, are you feeling some type of way that everybody else enjoys my company, and you're the only one that's like, he's not annoying. You're trying to get
That
everybody
makes
else
me
to
think so
turn
much.
on you. You're trying to make everybody turn on you. Why? Because you angry? Why? Because you feeling some type of way?
You don't gotta change for nobody.
Nobody.
At the end of the day, whatever you act like yourself. To be honest, you gonna die by yourself.
If a couple people let you like know something, just tone it down. But that doesn't mean stop being you because a couple people don't like the way you act. That's you. Like at the end of the day, everybody's not gonna like something. You gotta be that person to control it or delete it all.
But I think that's a major part of what growing up is like realizing that as an adult we gotta make choices we don't like and just pretend like we enjoy it. Just like how I used to work in the supermarket and I hated it. And I wasn't just at the register. I was on the register, on the line, in the ice room, helping people and then all kinds of stuff. I'm over here barely getting normal minimum wage. I had to do that for 2.5 years. And on top of that, the owner was the most ridiculous person ever because we were always overstocked. So a lot of the items would be expired. And trust me, as a person who worked in the supermarket, we get away with a lot of things. And most people are lucky they haven't died yet.
Crazy. That's the life we live in. Sell it. They're selling it because they need to. They have this item, and to avoid waste, money wise, sell it anyway.
And like you were saying,
Clearance,
working.
and they gonna buy it.
like you were saying, you working because you need to. Like you need that money.
Yeah.
You was there for 2 years course, God knows you wasn't trying to tolerate that, but you tolerated it because you need the money. And you
I
needed
got
your
family,
natural
like-
resources to do what you need to do.
I take care of my family. Like my older brother wasn't much to me, but I guess he's trying at this point now. Now that I'm taking this step in Job Corps and trying to make something for myself, that's more than just a supermarket. Because we were all there. It was me, my older brother, my younger brother, and my sister. Like we're all. My family is very they're workaholics at this point.
To keep on that topic, do you feel like for transitional, we're talking about your generation, do you feel like your generation, the transitional teenage to go into an adult livelihood, like schools, after school programs, churches, whatever your external is, do you feel like it's enough to help you go into the real world? Like, do you have like
Definitely
enough support nowadays?
Definitely
It's
not.
just
Why
it
not?
just feels like a big a lot of the times it do feel like a big leap off a building with no parachute.
It's like they sugarcoat the real world, and
Yeah,
that's what I don't like.
And of course your mother tells you.
My mom tells me straight up, like,
My mother told me straight up for a very long time. But it took me going out there and actually executing some things for me to see that she was not lying. Like, a lot of this stuff is like one of the big things she told me is once you leave high school, you're gonna become an adult, and all your friends are not gonna be your friends. And I've always thought she was tripping. Like, what do you mean?
Super valid.
Like, that's valid. Like, when you're broke and they making money, they gonna leave you. Like, not on purpose, but like it just happens to be that way because some people mature and adapt way quicker than you might. So like, while I wasn't making no money, my friends was making money. They was making money moves, and I wasn't. And I was stuck at home. Like, damn, why they not my friends no more? And it's because I wasn't moving up. I wasn't growing. I wasn't bossing up. Yeah, I'm not on the same timing. And then I'm about to sit here and be like, yo, get a job. Of course they did, but I'm like, I'm working on it. I had to really get left for me to get a job and move on. And sometimes when you take that big leap, like saving is a big thing that, yeah, you get told save, but like until you start wasting money
Yeah, too.
and running out of money, and now you need to pay your bill, you're like, damn, I gotta wait till next check. I gotta wait 2 weeks to pay my phone bill. You start seeing the little adult things that your mother's been telling you your whole life, and that's why I feel like that jump from being a teenager in high school, once you graduate, it's like, yo, you're an adult, bro. Like, and there's nothing you can do but focus up and boss up. Like, things really changed from high school till now, and I feel like I'm tired of being here, but this is really like something that's maturing me and making a lot of adult things click in my mind. Like, I can't spaz every time I get mad. I can't walk around angry all day because my day will get messed up just based off that. Like, my money will get messed up based off them small things. So like, being an adult is not as easy as you think, and that jump from teenage years to adult years is some completely different crap.
Especially on no support.
That's a big one.
Like you
Say
said,
again?
without no support, like you had your mom. Feel me? Your mom was hoping. My mom don't hold me at all. At all. There's times where I call her, oh, I need this and that. No, get it yourself. So I had to grow faster than I was supposed to do.
No, definitely. That's a big fact. I mean, my mom was. I haven't lived with my mom for like 2 years now, and I'm only 18. So like, I was living with my friend, and his parents can only do so much for me. A lot of the times, like I made sure I went to go get up and get a job so that they don't gotta buy me food no more, and they don't gotta buy me clothes anymore. Like, them things I need for myself that my mother was giving me, like God bless my mom. I love my mom, but she was giving me the basics, like medicine, allergy medicine, my insurance card so I can go to the doctors by myself. Like, she wasn't giving me clothes. She wasn't giving me food. She wasn't doing any of that. And I love my mom. Like, I'm not bashing her in any type of way, but I feel like she was setting me up for adulthood. Like, this is something that's serious. Like, I wish I would have took this a lot serious when I was 17, turning 18. Cause now that I'm 18, turning 19, it's like
It's getting harder.
this shit get harder and harder every year. Like, there's more things. Like, I don't know how to file my taxes. Like, that's something I felt like I should have learned a long ass time
In
ago.
high school.
Yeah, high school. I'm
Well,
not
that's
gonna lie. High
nothing.
school failing too.
But
Like,
that's why I was asking, like, stuff. High school. High school is basically where you try to figure out who you are and what you're trying to figure out and what you're interested in. Like, how can I be more interested in so focused in this certain situation where later that's my job, that's my career, that's that and the third. Or if I don't, checkbook, checking account. What am I saving? How am I saving? What should I save? Sexual, sex class or, but this is the stuff that they're supposed to be already incorporating. But if it doesn't look like you are reflecting what it is that you're being taught, or if you're even being taught it, because obviously we all went to different high schools, so there's certain things that I've had that y'all probably didn't have, or y'all had that I didn't have. And a lot of people had sex ed, didn't have sex ed.
I ain't have no
had that in
sex
middle
ed.
school.
At middle
I didn't
school,
even have. I didn't have science. Like, we ain't never do science. I don't even know nothing about no Earth at all. Like, I don't know nothing. I thought we was the closest planet to the sun.
Like, high school is
yeah, we're
totally
not.
different. Like, I played sports in high school.
I feel like that's
coach
all I
liked me,
did.
And I used to pass. Freshman year, I didn't go to school at all, and I still passed. Sophomore year, same thing. But once I changed schools, that's when I noticed, like, sports don't get you that far.
Yeah, it can only get you so far. Like,
without that support system,
exactly.
without that support system, you don't
That
have-
that coach was your support system, and yeah, he was supporting you the wrong way because he making sure that you pass
So you can
just
play.
so you could play.
But you don't see
But-
that. You don't see that as a kid.
I just
You
thought,
like, oh
yeah,
yeah, I'm
yeah.
passing. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not even going to school.
Okay,
And
one
I'm
thing I gotta do
straight
is do what I
A's.
gotta do in this.
Keep it going.
No,
No.
that's another thing for. I was telling like the basketball team in my school was like one of the top basketball teams in New Jersey. And I was letting them know like, y'all passing these classes, but are y'all really passing these classes? Like, do y'all even know like what y'all doing? A lot of them going to college and they all practically dropped out because they don't know shit. I mean, they don't know nothing. Like, they don't know nothing at all. Like,
Well, that's why the question was earlier: passing exams, passing money. I mean, passing being exceptional in sports, because people are going to look out for those that's in sports more than they're going to look out for those that's doing well in school. They're going to make them prosper because they're bringing in tickets, they're bringing in dubs, keeping their job.
that money.
That money.
Undefeated too.
That money's a
for
big,
some.
big, big
If I
thing.
could add on to this, I attended both a private and a public high school. So the difference between both is very
Two different ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I attended.
Just wanna make sure.
I attended a private school in Brooklyn. I'm not gonna really say the name. It's mystery behind it. But they did help a lot. That private school made sure that they had I think it was either a 90 or 100% graduation rate, and all the students that went there went to college. Like, everyone went to college and they're doing great. The only people that didn't go to college was me, because I couldn't keep up to their standards. Like, I'm not the most intellectual person, I would say. More so, I'm just kind of old fashioned. So like, my whole life was based on just working.
Working
Okay.
and
So from the age of 9, I've been in the supermarket.
getting
Most
money
people
and
don't believe it.
surviving.
But like, I can really tell you a lot that you won't even understand what goes on.
Like, that's the Hispanic way. That's
Yeah.
a big thing. Like,
But
Apparently he's Hispanic, guys.
Now, private school, I feel like isn't private school like
I am.
hand picked out, like they picked.
I mean, I had
students.
good grades in middle school. That's the only reason why I got accepted in high school. But
Mhm.
as I went farther, the only thing I will give them credit for is that in terms of a business point of view, I learned to do my resume. I learned to have a better, like, just in terms of like speaking more professionally with other people. That helped a lot. Like, I had a very like important job. I was in trademark in Manhattan. I was a part of a law firm as an intern, those people were very smart, they were set. They were great people to work with, all that. But then I left that school my sophomore year and went to a public school. Now, the public high school I went to was just terrible. Like,
Shout out Pop Smoke.
yeah, it was more fun, but not the kind of fun you would expect to have as a student trying to move up in life. Like, if anything, I learned more wrong than right, and it only really clicked because
You saw that, right? We was in that private school.
yeah, and I was really seeing that, like, wow, like people's characters are completely different. They don't really care much about anything, or like they'll just care about playing football, and it hurt a lot because like I'm the first in my family to graduate high school and try to attend college. Well, side note, I attended college, but I dropped out. It was way too much pressure. I was literally up from 6 in the morning, coming home at 11, all day, Monday through Sunday.
Working as well.
Who was your support system?
Nobody really.
So,
Exactly.
Sometimes
It's very like you understand earlier. It's that support. If you I mean he had a bad example of support. However, he knows that he still has to go to school in order for you to play the sport. And what do you don't know something unless you have other people that either gone through it or are going through it with you. You know? So it's just like it's very hard to keep yourself. It's very hard to keep yourself in check, you know, because you want to party, you want to do this work, you want to have money, you want to do so many different things, but how are you keeping everything in check on your own? You need you don't need other people, but you kind of do. You kind of need you need people around to be like, yo, what are you doing, bro? You got class at 8 o'clock. You need to go to sleep. You need to get some sleep, get some shut eye. You need to study. Are you even studying?
No.
Like you need people on you. You need people around you that can really like.
I feel as though out of 10
Elevate you.
people, there's at least one with that type of mentality.
Yes.
it's
Like
when
always, and sometimes we do push that one away. Like
Ooh, yeah.
that's a big thing. Like you corny. Like what you mean? Don't party. Like what you mean? You partying every day, but that person got their stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
They can afford to party every day. I feel as though we should listen to that person telling us, yo, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't go over there. I've always been the type to not listen to that type of person.
be like you leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I ain't gonna lie, like I've been in situations where, like my girl, for example, like my girl's been like, yo, don't go there, and that one time I don't go there, it get raided and everybody in the place get locked up. Like, but if I was there, I would have been locked up with them, and like God willing that she told me not to go, cause like I would have never been here. I would have been locked up. Like. I'm grateful for them little times that I listened, and like my life could have completely went left if I never listened to them little ideas. It's always a gut feeling. That's another thing. A gut feeling is something that you should really trust. Like don't ever second guess that gut feeling. Like a lot of the time, 9 times out of 10, that gut feeling is correct. And that one person telling you to not do something probably shouldn't do it. They know what they talking about.
I would add on to that by saying that what helped me mature a lot faster was just helping my mom help like raise my sisters and stuff. So like after I graduated high school, I was just working. So I ended up picking up my sisters after school, making sure they got new clothes and they go like anything they needed they had, or like, just being a father figure in general. Like I personally, I don't feel like I've had that. Although I respect my dad, my feelings towards him are very mixed. So like the beginning of my life, he wasn't really there. But my mom always told me that he's just working, and not having that bond with him is what really made me hate him.
Yeah.
Anger,
Facts. I feel that same way with my father. Like my father around, but I feel like he could have been a bigger support system. Like he came around when I feel like it was easier to talk to me because I'm 16, 17,
You gotta worry
18.
about you.
Like he don't gotta worry about me needing stuff as much Like he can talk to me like a grown man. Like that's it. Like my dad was always around. I knew where he was at, but was he there like my mom? Was he there like my aunt? Like nah. Like
I've always said that, and I got both parents. I can't say I can say they did a great job, but I always say that I never not that I don't like. I just can never understand why I'm more comfortable talking and having being myself with my mom than I am with him. Because like he's there financially, he's there shelter wise, like he's there for the basics. But like the type of conversations that I wish I would have had, like growing up about girls, about sex, about man to man
like,
shaving and stuff like that.
there should be no reason I learned to shave, put on a condom, and all that manly things from my mother.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that. I feel like that my whole life. Like I've had some great resentment towards my dad, but it got to a certain extent where I'm like, bro, what if my dad couldn't do it? Like what if he had issues? And that's not okay. Like at the end of the day, I did make excuses for him, but my mom always let me know like there is no real excuse. Like
He's not here.
Yeah,
he lived in the
wanna be
same
there
city
for,
as
like,
me.
disciplinary situations or like
Yeah,
or
like-
when they have to. When
Like
they
my
need
dad
to
put
be
his hands
there.
on me, and my mom went crazy. Like you can't come in here and put your hands on him. And his whole 18 years of his life, he was not here. Like you ain't never helped. My dad never helped me with nothing. And I love my dad. I just talked to him yesterday. Like he never helped me with nothing. Like nothing I know ever came from him. The only thing he has shown me, and that was just a few months ago, was how to park a car. Like that's the only thing I know from my father. Like.
Being as men, do you think that's more of a guy thing, a guy situation, like how you grow how the world shape you as a guy, how you're able to communicate with people in general? Because I don't know, because I just feel like
I feel like a good 97% of the time, like men are left alone, and that does shape them into being a man. But that is not fair.
it's not.
It's not
Good.
fair. Like
It's about hustle, grind, execution.
I got
If I'm gonna talk on that, but just to finish up on what I was trying to say, the other half of my life, my dad has definitely made a better. I think me maturing more has helped our bond like click more better, and like he was the first one to actually see me after like 4 months of being here and just not being with I see who my real family is. But to touch up on what Laz was saying, as a man, when you grow up and you don't have a father figure or just someone with like a male figure in your life, you're more likely to go into a darker path and try to figure things out in a worse way. Like
That's
I was a
facts.
huge alcoholic in high school. Like
Big
I
facts.
had mad problems growing up.
Big
I didn't
facts.
have nobody. I couldn't go to my older brother because my older brother he's just a loner.
yeah,
mean,
that's
you don't have a
bro.
real
We got
family.
similar situations. Like my big brother. All right, so I have a whole step family. Like my mom, she left my father, got with another man, and that man taught me how to pee in a toilet. Like when I tell you, he's taught me everything I know. Like it was taught by him, but I can't call him my dad because he's not my dad. But at the end of the day, he's my father more than my father has ever been. And my big brother, like my biological brother, he does not understand that. Like, still to this day, I feel like he doesn't understand that. We beef all the time. I still don't talk to my brother. Like, I see him every family event, but it just be like, "What's good? How you doing? How you doing, Sean?"
There's no real
And
love behind it.
Yeah, and he doesn't understand that. I have a step brother that's been way more like my brother than my actual brother. Like, my step brother still to this day calls me and check on me. Like, I've been here. My brother's probably called me 27 times in the last month. Like I don't pick up every time. I be busy, but he checks on me. Like I call him my brother because that's my brother. We've been hungry together. We pick up pocket change to eat together. Like we slept in the same bed. I pissed in the bed with him. Like he's my brother. Like that's my brother. And my big brother doesn't understand that because he's a loner. He doesn't understand. Like we did have some bonding moments when I came to his house, but that's when I was older and I already
At that point,
not
it's
had
too
my
late
life
to
figured
try to-
out. But
to try to
it's
build
too
that
late to
bond.
me. Like it's way too late to me. Like
Like I see it now. he tries to be more involved, but it's just like all those times I asked you, like, yo, let's go here, let's do that, blah, blah, blah. Even though I'm more of a wild one, he was more calm. We family at the end of the day, so that shouldn't be a problem, but like going back to just maturing, I let go of all that stuff. Like that's why being here, I don't really have an issue with people. I tend to like if you do something I don't really like, I tend to just stay away from it. Like if we could argue right now, I'll shake your hand and hug you in your face. Like there's nothing wrong right now.
Word. That's a fact.
And it kind of is crazy because it's always to a guy, to males, because we're all males. We always learn later.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody always say, "Oh, females, you know, they
mature
faster." This, that, and the third. It's not that you mature faster. 9 times out of 10, we just learn later because the person that is supposed to be the father figure or the male figure in our lives, either they're delayed, or they have bad communication, or they're not around.
Yeah.
And the person that we have to confide into is a teacher. Or a counselor, or your therapist,
a coach.
A coach.
A coach is like
why is it not our parents? Like, why is it not our dad? Why is it not our big brother? This, that, and the third. Because what they're learning, what they learned, is not how we are in this moment. Like you said earlier, it's completely different nowadays than what it is back then. Like, it's probably okay to be like, oh, I'll see you next week. Type of situation with your pops or whatever. Like, oh, I know I'm gonna see you like once every other week, or this is our week to see each other, so we just go and bond. We probably not saying nothing.
I feel like my dad think that was being there for me. But it wasn't. Like, there's things like I said, like putting on a condom is like, it sounds crazy, but that was the biggest thing for me. Like,
Your first
I was like, shaving. My mother taught me how to shave. She has no facial hair.
I learned by
How is
myself.
she teaching me how to shave?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to shave.
Like properly? No, I still don't
know. I also don't have facial hair. But the point is, we're not talking about that. I'm talking about he never taught me how to shave. But it's weird because he's the one that taught me how to be a student. Like he taught me how to, I think he probably trained me. He taught me how to tie my shoes. He made sure I could read.
My stepfather taught me all that type of stuff.
Make sure all this stuff is done. So I'm not taking it away from stuff, but like hardcore, like difficult type of conversation type things. Like, well, I don't think shaving is a difficult conversation, but like talking about women, talking about, sex, and then the type of conversations, the emotions that I feel. You may have the urge to do that and the third. You probably shouldn't do it here. Those are the type of conversations that I missed, but I feel like it's kind of the same situation that you're saying, but he didn't really do more of it. But the moral of the story is that we as men don't always have we don't always have the opportunity from our male figures know certain things the man's supposed to know until we go through it, because the man like, nah, why don't you just go through it? Like they'll throw you into the water before you know how to swim type of situation.
Yeah, no, that's a definitely fact.
That's why you have bad communication.
That's why you got bad communication.
I can't communicate for nothing at all. When I'm mad, I don't talk to nobody at all.
You barely talk. Minimum, no. But I feel like that stuff is wrong, bro. Like, that's why I've been saying since I was 8 years old, I'm gonna forever be there for my kid. Like, I don't care what's going on. Like, just because I've always felt like just because the baby moms and the baby father is beefing, that has nothing to do with the child that you brought into this world. You should forever be there for your kid. Like, I don't care if you gotta pick them up early from school just because, like, you need that time. If you need that time, you need that time. Like, that's something that's big. Like, I don't understand how people could just not neglect their child, but live every day and drink every day and be out every day and just, damn, where my kid at? Like, you don't even know where your kid at. Like, I want, like,
half of the time they raising somebody else. Like my
dad,
he got 3 other kids and take pictures with them, all that.
All of that. Family portraits and shit.
None of that.
Like, my dad just started doing that when I got older, and he only doing it because his wife. Like, my dad, I swear to God, my dad, I feel like only communicates with me because his wife implemented that in his head. Like, I never seen my dad that much until he got with his wife. Like, before that, I never seen my dad. And you know how I see my dad? My stepfather brought me to my dad's house. Like, I didn't even know where my dad was at.
So, unfortunately, like, I can't. being that I'm old and I've been through that as well, you also, I'm not saying that it's wrong. I mean that it's right, but you get as your father. I'm not defending him, but to defend the situation, it took someone that he's involved with that is the opposite sex to get you to be involved with your kid. That was supposed to be between your moms and your pops. But what happened was that situation got disconnected. Like it was a break, and however the break happened and how severe it was
And
probably very hard for him to like get back into that to communicate that I want to see him. I want to see you. So I'm not saying that he did or didn't. I'm just saying there's also a possibility that it was harder for him to be in contact with your mom, to be in contact with you. So it may look like the way that you're saying is obviously what happened, but it may look like that's what it was, but it could possibly also been that the break between your mom and him was too severe that it was hard for him to communicate that I want to see you more. But that's what I'm saying. Us as men, why do we have to always go through that? Because of how another generation was taught. Like, why is it so hard to communicate certain situations, certain how I feel? I want to see you. I miss this person. I miss you. Like, it's hard for men to be there to be aware of their emotions in general. Like, no matter what the generation is, because of how the other generations was taught. Like, nah, why you suck it up? Like, why are you feeling some type of way about this? It's just another day.
No, that's fact.
Be like, get up, brush it off, and keep moving. And that's what it's just a downward spiral. Like, I'm not gonna be if I can't communicate with my son, I'm not gonna communicate. I'm good. I'm straight. Bye. We're not gonna say nothing.
That's wrong.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's just
It's wrong how, like, they just normalize it. Like, it's normalized now. Like, this is something that everybody does it. It's just not an African American father. It's fathers in general.
But they
like,
put it on us, on our.
Yeah, they make it seem like it's us, but no.
Everybody.
No offense to anybody listening, but a white man, it happens with white men. It happens with Hispanic men. I never seen it happen with an Asian, but still, it just happens. Like, like this is something that actually happens, and fathers just tend to give up. Like, how can you give up on a creation you created? Like, that's like if Steve Jobs just created Apple and was like, "Fuck it, I don't even want to do this no more."
How do you move on?
And move on. To make other things, knowing you left a whole, like, you just created a whole family. You got a family you just left behind. Not even a family, like
now
a person part of your family.
Part of you.
Like,
yeah.
Like,
your last name and everything.
Bro,
you're going to sign the birth certificate and dip.
I saw that and I was like, dang. Am I the mistake? That's why he left.
Like
that's crazy.
I felt like that too for a long time.
And that's where all my anger comes from.
And it's tough because nobody had those type of conversations with you until you're already deep in your anger and your depression and your bad self-esteem. And I'm already doing bad. I'm behind bars. I'm doing this. I'm doing bad. I'm in the streets trying to search for that conversation.
Yeah.
To justify the actions of somebody that you are taught is supposed to love you no matter what. So it's just hard. It's just hard all in general because you're already going against because you're male. Now you're a minority male, and now you're the person that's supposed to be a male in your life not being a male. So it's just everything that goes on top of it.
I feel like it breaks the structure of what it is to just be a father and a man as a whole. Like those small moments that help us create who we are, they're gone, and then you don't value that. Like for me, I wish I could have learned everything I've learned, like just through what I've been through from my dad, but I didn't get that chance. I don't have it at all. I'm old as hell. Just on how I think and operate, I think just I'm more of a father than what he was to me, to my sisters. So it's like it hurts, but I don't let it hold. I don't hold it against him anymore, just because I know that even though he wasn't there for me, he's there for them now. Just because of what we've been through together. So I honestly could say I respect and show some love to him, but I can't say it's a 10 out of 10.
I don't think it could possibly be. But I get you. Yeah, it's tough. Because that's why they call us mama's boys, and they call it the girls daddy's girls. And it's like, well, we're gonna gravitate towards the people that's showing us the amount of love that we feel like we're missing.
That's a good person.
Yeah.
There's people out here that leads you in a bad way. Like I used to do that. I wasn't saying a father figure, but he was like a big like we call it big homie. Basically.
Yeah.
And he was leading me the wrong way.
Yeah, that's how I was too. But I was kind of happy about the big homie I had. Like, as soon as I came into high school, he was on me. Like, this what you about to do. This what you not about to do. You about to go this way. You're not about to go this way. And I'm from an area where everybody gangbang. Like, everybody. Like, where I live at, everybody gangbang. But they wouldn't let me gangbang because they felt like it was wrong. Like, that's their big thing. Like, I've always asked to be a part of the set. Like, I'm not gonna lie. But they won't let me. Like, my big homie be like, nah, like, this is not you. Like, yeah, you could chill with us and be with us, but you're not about to have a target on your back for the rest of your life. That was his big thing. And I never understood, like, I wouldn't be gang. Like, I've always wanted to be gang. But once I start realizing what the hell he meant, it's like, damn, like, he's like smart for not letting me do this. And I talk about it all the time because, like, that shit really made me look at males differently. Not everybody's bad. Like, he could have been like, here, this your gun, go shoot that man right there. And my whole life would have been over at 16, 17. But he was like, nah, you're not about to do that. Hell, you're not about to do that. Like, that was his big thing. I asked him almost every day, like, let me be part of this. No. That's all he kept telling me. And now look at me, like, I'm changing my whole life around for the better. Like, I'm glad I'm doing this. Like, I hate it here, but, like, God knows what I would have been doing. Like, I was wilding before I came here. Like, I was wilding before I came here. Like, y'all don't even know. Like,
I don't know if I could. Nah, I'm not saying that.
Nah,
So,
hell no.
how can you, what helps you realize that you're growing and, like, where you're growing or what you're growing into? Like, that you understand that you are growing into a man that you're trying to be, even when you don't know what type of man you're growing to be.
I feel like you're
Yeah, I wanted to start it off real quick. I think for myself, even though I feel like I'm not complete yet, 'cause I got like certain goals. Like I want to buy a house and like own a car that doesn't break down every now and then. But I guess just to make it simple, when I'm with my little sisters, no one, like when I'm with her, no one really sees me as a child. They all view me as like, oh, are you her father? Blah, 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 this and the third.
That beard.
I mean, apart from the beard.
It's the way he maneuver. Like,
yeah, like that's my
that's
child.
a big thing. The way you maneuver, the way you maneuver sets the tone for everybody and how they talk to you, how they act around you, how they look at you. It's just, that's what it takes to be an adult. And I feel like the way you carry yourself is a big, like, when I came in here, nobody knew I was goofy, bro. Like, it took some time to grow into that, but y'all know that I'm serious as well. Like, I came here for a reason. Like, I didn't come here to be goofy. If I would have been left, I would have been gone if I came here to be goofy. Like that's just a plus. But, like, I really came here for something. You feel me?
Yeah.
And, like, you with your sister every day, and you picking her up for school on time, taking her to school on time, taking her to go eat McDonald's or whatever, you look like a father figure and you're getting ready for the future. You feel me?
Yeah.
I watching my brothers. I'm glad my mom ain't never get no babysitter. I was always watching my brothers, making my brothers food, and all types of crazy stuff. And I was like, 8, don't open the door for nobody. That's what I was told all the time. Don't open the door. Make sure your brothers eat and get in bed by 8 o'clock.
You got my number.
Not 3 times. That's super cool.
You're not trying to get me laughing. Come on.
No, but it was certain things like getting my brothers in the bed by 8 o'clock, making sure that the TV off. It's just certain things, like, I feel like, not that I'm ready for to be an adult, but I'm preparing little by little, and I never peep, like you said. Like, I never realized that I'm about to become a father. Like, not becoming a father, but I got some steps in me already. Like, I got some maturity. Like, I feel like that's another thing with my father. Like, my father was the youngest, if not probably like middle child. He ain't have a lot of people to look over or a lot of people to like take care of.
They have more responsibilities.
Yeah, like I have way more responsibilities than my. I got brothers, like brothers. Like I got like 3 older brothers, and then like probably like 7 little siblings, 7, 8 little siblings.
I
And
will say
I'm
this.
constantly a role model.
Like being here in Japan for almost 4 months, and I didn't realize how hard it was gonna hit, but like not being able to like be there for my sister when she's sad and stuff, and then her calling me every now and then, it makes me cry a lot.
It touches.
Touch.
My little brother's a freshman in high school now.
Yeah.
He acting the same way as me. I'm telling him like you can't. Like you seen how mommy kicked me out the house when I was 16. Like you won't be like that. I keep telling him. Like I got a tattoo at 15. He want a tattoo at 15. My little brother, I swear to God, my little brother was in a strip club the other day. I kid you not. It's called Lil Tijuana's. He was in a strip club the other day. Guess who let him go? My mother. She told me, I feel like I messed up with you, and I ain't let you do nothing, so I won't let him do stuff. I'm like, there's certain shit you can't let him do. like I praise my mom. She's not no bad parent at all. She's still learning. She had me when she was 16, 17. I literally grew up with my mother, like literally grew up with my mother. Like she was still learning. I'm learning. She teaching me how to read, and she knew how to read, but like she's still learning. Like my emotions, kids' emotions, her emotions. She learned that things is different. Like my mom is young as shit. My mom's like 30 something, with a kid that just graduated high school. My mom ain't graduated high school. I had my mother in tears, bro. Like tears. Like she ain't never seen no shit like that before. She ain't never been to no graduation.
Same thing for me.
Like
I told my dad, if you don't show up for my graduation, you don't ever have to talk to me again.
yeah,
Like, I've
like
been
I
through
told my
Little
father
stuff
that
like
too.
man, that
My
really
father was out the
matters.
motherfucking
That
gate.
matters to us men, and a lot of people don't think that it matters for men. Like, well, you don't. I mean, you didn't see me all this time, so what? Do you really need me to go to your graduation? Like stuff like that. It's really crazy that men think like that. Like, why do you? Why? Because if it was the other way around, I know for a fact that at one point you wanted to make sure that your father figure, whoever it was, that you looked up to, was at that thing that made you feel good, that made you feel I made it in that moment, celebratory situation. Like that's just wild.
Same thing
I've
for
been
me.
playing football for years. My dad hasn't seen me play a game.
My mom either. I told my mom to come to my game. My first touchdown I scored, and she wasn't there. That shit hurt.
No, that shit hurt. My first fumble recovery, like I want to floor with the ball in my hand. I look up, niggas is not there.
But other moms screaming your name.
Yeah,
It's like,
yo.
where my mom at?
Like,
Hold on.
I just want to say something about the like father figure stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like to me and my family, really, right? You know, like my mom had to play the father figure, but like I questioned, well then, why do I need my dad? And it's like, everyone or like anyone could be a father figure, right? And like, hearing about what you said, to me, like my mom didn't like, if I told my mom, hey, I'm going to the, what do you call it? Yeah, at like 15, she would like, be a say, oh, yeah, go ahead, type thing. But like on the other hand, like my sister would be like, oh no, you can't do that, like you're too young.
She's older
So,
than you?
but about like 1 year. But yeah, but it's just
she still know right from wrong.
yeah. But like, no, yeah, it's just like anybody can be like a father figure, but like,
Anybody.
yeah, but
Like, we got to a point where I'm sorry to cut you
No,
off,
yeah.
but we don't need. Like, yeah, we need fathers, like we were saying, but women are stepping up to the plate. They ready
yeah.
to bat. Like, this is something that's crazy now.
And I think it's very it's very hard, like to be both. You know, like yes, it's possible. Women can do it. Women do it. Men do it. But I think it's very hard to be both parents. I do believe you do need both parents, or at least two different perspectives. Like at least two different perspectives. If you don't have to be my parent, you don't have to be my mom, you don't have to be my dad. At least two perspectives that I can add to my own. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna do what you want. At the end of the day, once you finally click, it's like I can do whatever I want, whatever I got. Yeah. But at least to have those two different perspectives. Like, listen, I'm 15. I'm trying to do this because my other friends are doing this, and I'm getting permission to do it. There should be sometimes I'm annoyed at the fact that you keep saying no, but I'm eventually realize, oh wow, this is why you saying no. Yeah. But it's very hard to be both, and I don't feel like one person should be both. Like it's the reason why there's a mom and a dad, because without a mom and a dad, you don't exist. Exactly. So now that you exist, you need both of those perspectives, because I'm here, we don't know why, but I got to do this because this person said I got to do this, but there's another person that's saying I got to do that, but now I want to do this. So you have it's chaotic because humans are chaotic, but this is how you build your thought process. This is how you build your free will. This is how you build your own perspective. This is how you build communication. But it's just like if you got one person being two perspectives,
you gotta split it in half.
Like it's not making sense
hard
to you. Like why doesn't this make sense to me? Because I don't have that other perspective.
I watched my mom break down because like she trying to give me a man's perspective, but she can't.
Not a man.
She can't.
Like that's why I praise my stepfather, because whenever my mother couldn't, he stepped in. Like my mom and my stepfather haven't been together. Like what I call my stepfather, they haven't been together probably like some years, like some like probably like 15 years. My little brother 15. It's been some years. Like I'll say like 13 to 15 years. But he's always been there. Like he's always been there. My mom, she get laid off her job. He's right there bringing in food, all of that type of stuff. Like that's my father. Like I don't care what nobody's telling me. That is my dad. And for the simple fact that he's taught me everything I know. Like how to be a man, he's taught me that. Like how to treat. He don't treat women the best way, but that's another learning perspective right there.
I see seeing that. Yeah. Your other pop's not around for me to at least see how you treat other people, and do I agree the way, at least being like that's, it's more to being there than being there financially. Exactly. Being there,
like you could keep the money. Like I'd rather have my dad as an experience than to have his money. You don't even got much money. Like you should have just came around just to show me things. Like show me things. Like my stepfather, the whole side of my stepfather is like family. Love me. Like uncles, they all my uncles. That's all my cousins. My grandfather. That's everybody over there. I can call them family. Like they come over for whatever I need, and that's why to me that's more so my family than my father's side of family, and they hate that. Like my biological father, they really hate that. Only my biological father understands. And I'm glad my stepfather and my biological father have some sort of bond. But like I was telling y'all before, my big brother do not like that. He doesn't like that I call my stepbrother my big brother. But that's my big brother. Like without him, there's mad things I would not know. Like mad things I wouldn't know. Like I wouldn't know how to fix a lot of situations if it wasn't for them. Like they're grown ass men, and watching them do wrong and watching them do right, I know what's wrong and what's right.
But I think being that your big brother, he doesn't have. Well, I don't know if he doesn't have. I'm assuming he doesn't, be based off the situation. He doesn't have that pops that he wants. Yeah, no. So why do you get to have the pops that you want, but we got the same pops? If that makes sense. So it's more of like he's battling. Like he know that you blood. You know he gonna be there for you when you really need to. But it's like it's a lot of resentment on like I'm the oldest, he's the first.
Yeah, he is.
So like
definitely
he's the first. Like that's the first love. You know, that's the first type of responsibility a man has when they have a kid. Like why am I not important? Like you said, is it my fault? Like am I not doing what I need to do, and now I'm shut off to the world. So I'm not in nobody's way. I'm not bothered. So that's the silence piece that he's probably, showing off. He's not having the conversations
I ain't never
that
think
you
about
would
it like
have
that.
with your pops, who you call your pops, because he's not accepting the fact that this is my pops, or he's not probably going to take it to that extent.
He probably do wish he had that. My mom has brought that to my attention, but it's like that's wrong at the
I
end
don't
of the day.
understand
Like,
that.
I
get mad for somebody
stepping up.
Stepping up to your plate.
Yeah, I needed that. Like I wasn't. We did not grow up in the same era. Like,
But that's what I said earlier. He's already in his deep anger, deep depression, or deep like.
My brother definitely is
so far away from trying to understand, what he is understanding, because he got both. He accepted both, but he's having trouble with like understanding or grasping what the pops that he's accepting, that he hasn't. His pops is supposed to be given that. That's where he's so angry at, and so not at the stepdad, but at the fact that it's not his dad doing it. So, and he can't communicate with that dad for whatever the case may be. He's not in communication with him. But that's another food that's on his plate. That's another thing that's on his shoulder. From he can't articulate the feelings that he's feeling based off of the fact that he doesn't have the platform because the father figure is not there.
no, that's facts. That's big facts.
Like you said, my stepdad and my dad.
Yeah, my stepdad's more so my dad than anything else in the world. Like he just called me like my biological father called me yesterday too, but it's just the feeling was different. Like I'm talking to my dad like, yeah, how you doing? I'm good. When my stepfather called, it's this level of excitement. Like he made me feel like I was like my dad's a barber. Like my stepfather's a barber. When he called me, he's showing me the clippers. He like, I'm cutting some of my hair. Like, I've never been there before. Like, he's showing me around the whole barbershop. It's the same shit. Same thing as 3 months ago. But he's showing me, like, you could tell he missed me. Like it was just feeling like, it just feel good. Like, that's really been my father my whole life. Like, I don't know nothing other than that. Like it's crazy to me. Like, how someone could step up to the plate before someone who created you. Like that's real bad. Like it's wrong in my opinion. I would never do something like that.
It's just a lot harder to be a male than what people make it seem. Like it's a lot harder to form that full circle of what it is to be a man. Like not like to be a full-fledged man. Like, everybody talking about, oh, you're a little boy, you didn't really do this, you're not a man yet, or you're supposed to be a man. If I don't do this, that, and the third, they can flip it all the way. There's so many different narratives on what it is to be a full-fledged man.
Or you could be 45 and not be a man.
Not be a man. It's so hard to get there because there's other men who feel like they are men, but failed in different ways to show that they are the right male for the person that they're trying to be a male figure to, or
no,
a
that's
father
definitely
figure to.
facts.
To me, it hurts more when a female says that. I don't know. To me, cause you feel me. Right?
I can't hear you.
I don't know. It feels different when a female says that. Oh, you're not a man. This and that and the third.
It's like how I'm being every little bit of man I can be. Like
Can be.
I know to be. Like it's hard. Like, I definitely feel you.
Like what about it makes you feel like that, basically?
I really don't know.
So is it more like where you are, you understand that you're growing, but somebody's sitting there and saying that you're not growing fast enough? Like it's like
Yes. Yes. It's like I'm trying my best to be one. I'm trying to like elevate myself to be the man. But it's like,
no, I was saying I can hear that.
like, how you tell me I'm not a man?
When somebody
And somebody else, you feel me?
it's not
What
man.
you know what it takes to be a man.
I'm
Like,
saying.
it's
as
deeper than
the
you
opposite
think.
sex.
Yeah.
Word.
Because the way I'm not treating you that you don't like, But that's not for me. I ain't learned how to treat a woman I don't want to say the right way.
I get you.
Yeah.
It's the right way.
Yeah.
Like,
There's certain ways
that's
people
not your fault.
should
Yeah.
treat others, and if you weren't guided in the right direction or any direction at all, so I mean, like if like how can you just jump to the like straight to my pride? Like how you gonna just go straight there? Like, all right, cool, we could have said that in a different way. Like, all right, just straight up and be like, this is not the way a man should treat a woman. This is how you do it. Coach me. Don't sit here and downplay who I am just because you're not feeling the type of way of how I'm treating you. We all in this together. We all in a learning curve. Like you don't treat me the way that I feel like I should be treated all the time. I'm not saying that you're not a woman.
Yeah.
Like I'm
a lover boy.
So it's just like people are so quick. Of course, we're talking about, I guess, the women are so quick to be like, you're not a man, or you're not being a man, or you're still a little boy. You got time to learn. You got time to get there, instead of just be like, yo, listen, that really wasn't it. Like what, like, and you can get into that conversation.
Communication.
Yeah,
is
like
key.
why is you sitting here downplaying a man for being a man when you're not a man?
You know nothing about being a man.
And if it was the other way around,
It's a whole
World War IV, brother.
Yeah.
But you don't know what it takes to be a woman. You got no cramps. You don't got no blood coming down you. Like, they going crazy. I'm just like,
It's very hypocritical.
Like I said, hearing that, it hurts. Because you feel me? If I love somebody, I'm going to love you to the fullest. Like, your words is so deep to me. So you call me a little boy, it's like, dang. Now you got me sitting here thinking all day, what should I do to better myself? There's nothing
I
wrong.
went through that recently on campus.
really?
I'm going through it right
On
now.
campus.
Like
hate to hear
when
that.
I first got here,
That she
Were you
ain't
done
no
talking?
damn woman.
Were you
She's really not no
Were you
woman.
done?
To be telling you.
before I was in a relationship, and it was pretty fresh, but we spent a lot of time together. And I was telling her, you know, I wanted to like get out basically out of the projects. I'm trying to build a life for myself that when I have kids, like they have a place to go home to, where they can be safe and and just enjoy life to the fullest without worrying about what is bad in this world. Not neglecting that, like they won't be aware of it. They'll be aware of it, of course, but why go through the pain when you can avoid it? So we started off great communication. I'll be honest, my previous relationship before her, I learned that the hard way, that communicating with someone that you really care about is the best way to overcome situations or arguments. But to fast forward into it, we were solid, and the one thing I told her is, like, there's a lot of rumors about me. Don't pay attention to it. Now keep in mind that wasn't the reason, the beginning of the reason when we broke up. She, like, going back to what you were saying, she called me like a little boy type shit. It made me mad because, like, I take her out, I show her off to people. I don't even like going out. I'd rather just go out to eat and call it a day.
You coming out your comfort zone.
Yeah, like I'm, putting both feet out the door just so you could be happy. And then for that, it really hurt me because not only that, I'm putting all this effort into a relationship, and I know like what you've been through, and I'm trying to show you that I can be the man for you. It really made me angry because I try to make it to the point like I'll show you the world no matter what. And I come from nothing. Like everything that I have is on my back. That's all I got.
And that's what. Oh my God, bro. I really can relate to that because it's more like men has that struggle on them all the time because they got to provide.
Yeah.
As a man, you got to provide in society. As a man, you got to have money. You got to be a certain maturity. A man, you got to do so many different things. But we do so many different things to make sure that our woman or a person that we care about to our extent, to a farther extent, is good. But when it's time, when something goes wrong, they so quick to cut us down. Like, why are you so quick to cut me down when I'm?
But females gotta understand, females have so much power in their hand that they don't know.
Yeah.
Oh no, they know.
No,
They
females.
know.
Females.
They know
Like I've
for
always
sure.
said, females really run this world.
Yes.
Without
100%.
females we would not know how to operate.
We would kill each other.
Yeah, we
Pretty
definitely
much.
would.
Kill each other.
We would definitely kill each other.
But to add on to what I was saying, like I thought I was doing everything right. Although we had our arguments, we would settle it, and then we would compromise. Like, if I'm wrong, I'll admit to it, and I'll try to work on it. Or if she's wrong, I'll try to make sure she understands where I'm coming from. Because although she's, she's not that young compared to me. I'm just like 2-3 years older than her. But I could tell that she's still very childish. Because like, if we're gonna talk about a situation, don't hang up my phone calls. Don't walk away from me. Don't avoid the situation and try to come back to me. Because now, if you're gonna talk crazy, I'm gonna get really mad. Because I'm not trying to encourage an argument for the long run. No, like, okay, I apologize if I made you feel a certain way. Well, like, what can I do to change that?
Yeah, that's me. And also, like, sometimes I feel like during arguments, my point doesn't really get seen or heard. But I'm always like, even if I'm like 100% right, I could be 1,000% right. But if she find like a slight
loophole,
yeah, and I try to understand where she's coming from. But it feels like there's never a time.
What's your point? We're just going out the window.
Yeah, like. But I just gotta understand what you're saying, man.
But that's what they teach us. That's
wrong.
You know how many
TikToks?
You know how many TikToks I done seen, and it was actually like a PowerPoint, bro. It was married. Like he was talking about when him and her, if he's wrong and she's right. It was an actual like audience, and then the females was like, before he even said it, they said she's right. And then he said, what if I'm right and she's wrong? What they say, she's right. So what if they both wrong? Who's wrong? He's wrong.
See?
So it's
crazy.
As a man,
that's not fair.
As a man, your emotion, who you are, your pride. The reason why they don't understand why we hold it so hard and so close to us, because that's the only thing we got.
That I feel like that goes back to your mother though, because no matter how right you was, whatever your mother said was right.
That's right.
That's the
golden
rule.
household. That's the household.
You can swear up to
It
God
comes back
and
to
everything.
that. That's why it's still like that with females. When you get in a relationship, no matter how hard you fight, you could be 1,000% right. Like I said, if she feel bad or sad, or you gotta cater to that, no matter what.
No matter what.
And it's like, if you don't, the shit be over.
It's over.
You're cut off.
Yeah, somebody
You're
else.
packed up.
Go straight there. They always go for the pride. That's what I'm saying. They always go for the pride. I can always go to the next man's in my DM, and you over here treating me like this. I can go
But
to somebody.
if we do that, oh my God, World War III.
Nah, that's wrong, bro. I don't care what nobody talking about. I've always felt like that though. Like, why do I have to come to your standards all the time? Like, why you can't ever see where I'm coming from? Like, I be having valid ass points. Still an attitude.
Doesn't matter.
Like, it don't matter. Like, it don't matter how right I am. I could be quoting what the fuck she said.
That's not what I said.
That's not. I ain't say it. I ain't say it.
I didn't say that.
I ain't gonna tell me I had an attitude. I got you a recording. Like, what is he talking about? Like I didn't mean it like that though.
Like,
I meant it like this.
I meant it like this. You heard it wrong. You heard it. What you mean? I heard it wrong. Yeah. I didn't say it like that. So
I feel like certain girls just like to argue.
yeah.
And if you don't
We
argue,
like that too, though. We like that too.
No.
I like to argue, but
I'm
just to
with
see her face when we argue, she be looking good.
Yo.
But other than that, I don't want to argue.
I
Bro.
don't.
Like, trust. Like,
I'm dying.
yeah, I'm never right. Why would I want to argue something I can't win?
But that's
I don't want to do that. It's
to
boring.
To conclude, it's just a lot more. It's a lot more difficult to be a man than what a lot of people make it seem.
Yeah, no,
Whether
that's
it's
big
another
facts.
man or another female, but who we're listening to more, female.
Female.
So it's
Their
very
word
it's
is
very
bond.
it's very hard to express what it is to be a man,
Yeah.
That's a fact.
and
It's like,
and when you are expressing, you're a little boy.
yeah, or they make you feel like it's wrong. Not even just females, like males too. Like, you can express how you feel to a male, and they'll niggas will look at you and be like,
You stupid, like, or you
nigga,
dumb.
man up.
Yeah,
Like, what do you
man
mean?
up.
Like,
Like,
what
what
you
you
mean,
talking
bro?
about?
This shit is hurting right now.
They make it word like
Yeah,
what's wrong with expressing your feelings to
That's
somebody?
wrong, bro. That is wrong.
It's a female thing.
Males have feelings.
It's a
too,
child thing.
At the end of the
If
day.
people trust me, if I don't express my feelings, I'll probably be just doing the same thing I did when I was back home, and I won't be here right now.
Nah, no cap. If I never expressed my feelings, like how we was arguing earlier, like it wasn't no argument really. To me, them small little going back and forth, those are arguments, but they're not. That's just me trying to get my point across, and you get your point across. I stepped in there and I understood what the hell you was talking about. As soon as I stepped in there, I looked at the door. I'm like, that shit is on the fucking door. Every fucking thing he said is on the door. And then as I looked at that, I'm like, there's no way, like. In writing, that's basically telling us, like,
Yeah.
and there's certain things, like, I'm that type of person where we can argue for an hour straight. After the argument, I'm gonna understand everything you freaking said. And if you can't, hold on, I want grape juice. If you can't understand what I said, bro, like, that feels wrong. Like, we just argued this whole time, and all you thinking about is what you said. What about what I said?
Just her blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Right? I swear to God. Like, all you heard was me cursing.
You didn't speak. You hurt my. Actually, you yelled at me.
Yeah,
You didn't
right?
say nothing. You said ah.
Right? That's all. Like cavemen yelling.
Yeah.
That's all they hear. I don't like that, bro. Because I be spitting valid facts, bro. Like, I'm not wrong. And when I am wrong, I understand.
I admit it. Yeah, I admit
wrong,
my
and I
mistakes.
admit my wrong.
And
I
that's
don't understand why
but that
males
still
and
be a
females
problem.
can't do that. Still be
Nah,
wrong.
Be a
Even,
problem.
bro, it be
I will
males
say
too.
this.
It's not just females.
I feel you.
I don't say it to make her look bad. I got mad love for her. I don't keep miss her type shit, but for what she did, and it was that one thing I didn't want to happen, she let it happen. And if she would have came clean from the jump, we would probably have a different situation. But you know, I wish the best for her and you know all that stuff. But I just can't be with her.
I feel like women do things in spite too.
They definitely
more
do.
spite. I mean, more in spite than what we do. Like we mess up like subconsciously, or we mess up like I probably in the moment. How about that? More in the moment than like she did me dirty like this, so I'm gonna do her dirty like that. I feel like in my perspective, a woman will do that more.
But they do it to like times
I don't do
10.
Times 30
Let's say, all
I've
right,
been dirty mad times, and I don't be like, yo, I'm about to go get some shit back.
Exactly.
you could like a
I just
picture,
take that L, hold that
and
L.
she does the most. She does the most. She would comment on a boy's picture.
Alright, see, look at that.
We could get in that all. Yo.
That's a whole other thing, bro. I
But
don't want
yeah,
to
man, tough.
Yeah.
Well, I do appreciate y'all for coming out, talking to me out here in these streets, cause I hope you enjoyed and took enough sips, especially when I spoke. Hopefully you aren't going anywhere for the night. Do us all a favor and click that like, subscribe, and share button to come back for another episode. You can also follow us on IG and all social media.